Friends, a massive shift is rocking the Super Bowl landscape, and, frankly, we need to address this brewing storm immediately. I am going to be entirely transparent with you today. This situation has moved far beyond the boundaries of professional football. We are witnessing a clash over something much more significant: our collective identity, our national celebrations, and whether the pillars of our society still uphold the core principles that built this land. Now, before the usual critics begin their shouting and labeling, please listen closely to my point. My argument isn't that certain performers shouldn't exist. I am not suggesting that people are forbidden from enjoying a specific style of music. My contention is that the Super Bowl, America's premier athletic stage and our most viewed broadcast, carries a heavy cultural weight. Unfortunately, the league has dropped the ball in a truly spectacular fashion. The organization, in its questionable judgment, decided to secure a Puerto Rican artist for the big game who sings entirely in a foreign tongue. While he has massive appeal, he has also been a fierce and vocal detractor of current border enforcement strategies. Just days ago, during a major awards ceremony, this artist took the stage, and his opening remarks weren't about gratitude. His first words were a direct jab at immigration authorities. He is essentially demanding the dismantling of the very department responsible for maintaining our territorial integrity. Consider the timing. This outburst occurred mere days before he is slated to take the field at the biggest event in the country. He uses his fame to disparage law enforcement officers, claiming they treat people like creatures or outsiders. But let's be real, the rule of law is not an act of aggression. What we are actually demanding is the consistent application of our laws and the enforcement of statutes passed by our legislature. The league had to know this was coming. This performer hasn't been quiet about his political leanings, yet the executives looked at this track record and decided he was the perfect representative for their brand. Now the official reaction from the administration is heating up. The security chief issued a stern warning, calling the league's leadership fragile, while her top strategist labeled it a disgrace that the organization chose a figure who seems so at odds with national interests. Predictably, the media is losing its mind, painting the criticism as an overreaction. But who actually injected politics into this first? Was it the critics, or was it the league that handpicked an artist who has built his recent career on attacking the current leadership? This isn't about melodies. It is about a calculated effort by elite cultural groups to normalize a total disregard for our laws. Recent polling shows that only a tiny fraction of the core audience approves of this choice. The league knew exactly what fire they were playing with. Now the plot gets even more complicated. The organization is facing internal pressure, with rumors suggesting at least one franchise owner warned the commissioner that this controversy could jeopardize a massive media merger requiring federal approval. But the leadership didn't retreat. They doubled down, claiming the artist has the power to bridge divides. Bridge divides? The public is more fractured over this performance than perhaps any other in history. To make matters worse, they've added a punk rock group to the opening festivities that has been aggressively anti-establishment for decades. The league looked at this explosive environment and decided to add more dynamite. In response, a major youth organization has announced a competing event featuring country music stars celebrating faith, family, and freedom. The mere fact that this alternative exists speaks volumes about how alienated a huge portion of the country feels right now. Not every hour of our lives needs to be a political seminar. We also have to address the presence of federal agents. There has been a firestorm of debate over whether officers will be on site. Critics are demanding the stadium be a no-go zone, acting as if these agents are an invading force rather than professionals doing a job mandated by the government. Since when did supporting the law become a radical position? These officers are citizens, doing a difficult, often thankless job to uphold the rules our society agreed upon. This is a major front in a larger cultural struggle. For years, the left has sought to occupy every major social institution: Hollywood, the media, and academia. Now, they are solidifying their hold on sports. Professional football used to be a neutral ground where you could just enjoy the game. But that era is gone, replaced by slogans in the end zones and artists calling for the abolishment of federal agencies. The league will claim they are just being inclusive, but if it were only about business, they wouldn't have picked the most polarizing figure possible. They chose this person specifically for his defiance. And the most frustrating part is how they will act shocked when you get angry, pretending they are just providing entertainment. By staying away from the event, the former president is sending a powerful message. He is refusing to legitimize a spectacle that trashes federal law enforcement. This is a genuine, bottom-up rejection of what the league has become. If the NFL wants to push away half its viewers to please the activist class, that is their prerogative. But they don't get to demand our money or our support in return. When you control the culture, you eventually control the laws. By placing this message on the Super Bowl stage, the organization is trying to make defiance the new normal. They are telling 120 million viewers that attacking the law is virtuous. That is a dangerous and toxic lesson. The league made their choice. Now they have to live with the consequences. If you are tired of the lectures, use your power. Change the channel. Watch the alternative show. Show them that our silence cannot be bought. If enough of us walk away, they will eventually have to listen to the math. I am standing with those who believe in our national values and the men and women in uniform. The real future of the country is decided by us, not by a halftime show. Stay strong, winds of thought, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below.